May I ask a question verbally instead of typing it?
Sure.
So, oh, I forgot what the question was. Okay, I remember now. So does that mean that are you recommending that all other therapies like Orton Gillingham, um, like therapy with the, or I don't know how to call it, tutoring or whatever you call it with academic learning specialists, and also like any kind of Orton Gillingham curriculum to help them read, be stopped during the program? Is that what I'm hearing, or is it okay to do them in conjunction?
You can do them in conjunction. You don't have to stop, but sometimes it's not counterproductive, but it's not productive until we get to a certain point of because Orton Gillingham is very phonics based. And if their processing can't hold the phonics, then it's kind of a waste. And I have to kind of walk delicately here because so many people they put them in those programs and they're making some progress, and so they don't want to let go of anything that would has made some progress, but it's not bad to go ahead and do that. It's just very expensive. So it can wait, or it can not even be necessary later on.
Okay, that makes, thank you.
Sure.
And I'll say too, because before we found the Brain Sprints program, Callan was doing Orton Gillingham. He was using Barton. We were doing tutoring to try to help him with his reading. And it was very expensive, and then I started seeing other issues with my other kids. So that's what helped me switch. And then while we've done the program, it's been easier, especially because I have more than one kid on the program. It's been easier to set that curriculum aside. And what I've noticed with Callan is that he's getting it without all of because if you're using Barton or something similar, it's very intensive. It's a lot of work to remember all the rules. I mean, like literally it's a coping skill. It is. Barton is a coping technique for people with dyslexia, because you have to you literally have to know every rule that it ever is, all the idiosyncrasies, all the, things that are not right or wrong about grammar or, spelling. It's designed to give you coping techniques to remember all of those rules. Because you have to, if you are dyslexic, because your brain doesn't see it naturally. And what I've noticed with Callan is by using just the program that Jan's given us and doing the work, he hasn't needed those to be able to improve his reading, which honestly, like I remember the day I was sitting at the table doing a Barton lesson, and he was working so hard on this lesson, you guys. Like it crushed my heart, because I'm like, he's working so hard, like 10 times more effort than any of my other kids. And it was just like creeping to gain the information. And it just, part of me was like, there has got to be a better way, because he was struggling so hard to learn something that takes most kids, like, they just remember it after the second or third time. And so for us, it's been easier, especially with all of our kids on the program, to set the curriculum aside. And I've seen Callan grow a lot. So maybe, I don't know, that's been my personal experience. And because the program is very, it touches all the factions. So it's not just a reading program. It's not just a math program. It is like a whole body makeover, if you will, for your brain. And so it's not something that it feels very different than a traditional curriculum, which we're our family, I really leaned more towards a Charlotte Mason type approach, if you're familiar with that, with homeschooling. And so I literally just set all my books, all my plans, all of my, Ambleside online stuff, and, all my good, all my things to the side for this season, so that I can really dig into this program, and just trusting that after we're done, then they'll have the capacity to retain all the beautiful things that, I want them to experience through our normal, curriculum. So